He's been as tanky as, he's like anything Benicor can do, I can do better.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just teasing you, right?
You're just teasing me, man. Typical Ace coming onto the channel, rolling his sixes. God damn you, sir. I just watched Ace, he was like that on the ones.
Hi guys, and welcome back to a Twisted Dice Battle Report. I'm Aceface, and I am here with the man, the myth, the legend.
Guys, go fracker. Oh, not today.
And Darren. Yeah, we're super pleased to be back. So thanks very much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't already, please do hit that big old thumbs up and give us a subscribe if you haven't already.
Because it helps us out massively, and we really do appreciate it.
Absolutely does. But we've got such a cool game for you today, right?
It's going to be a really good one. It's, you know, we've put these lists together to have some fun.
Yep.
We've got a new toy to play on the channel. We've had painted up by yourself for quite some time now, and we haven't had an opportunity to put them onto a battle report.
Dark Prince, the Lord of the Dark, the first
main
Prince.
Man himself, the first one to convert over to Demonhood.
Yeah, Leroy Jenkins himself.
Now, I feel really bad because we've had him painted for absolute donkeys. Every other channel's had him on the channel.
Yeah.
But today, it's going to be the first outing. We see a Be'lakor, the great Demon Prince himself, the first one to convert over to the powers of the dark side. The first one.
Undivided.
It is indeed. And he's gone from a little widdly diddly dude to a big dude who's got all the powers of the warp just sizzling through his hands and then casting all the trouble that may be Be'lakor.
Yeah, so he is an absolute awesome beast of a character. So we can't wait to see what he does on the tabletop today. So we've gone for a very, very classic matchup. It's the Marines versus the Forces of the Chaos. This time Darren has brought out 1,000 Suns, but 1,000 Suns have very much brought a big ally in Be'lakor. So we think this will be quite fluffy, quite fun. You know, it's very... Actually, there is a little story where like Ahriman and Be'lakor have a bit of a kind of coming together, and you can kind of almost kind of like see this as kind of, you know, there's kind of Be'lakor who thinks he's like supremely powerful and, you know, unrivaled, and Ahriman really kind of tricks him, and I think that's just like a really kind of cool little story. So you can kind of imagine that this kind of battle could very much be around, you know, Ahriman could have very much easily tricked Be'lakor into kind of coming on side with him to really kind of wreck this Space Marine force. But, you know, we are the stoic forces of the Emperor. We will stand firm. We are iron to the core, and we will see whether we can beat off the forces of Chaos.
This is it, and Chaos are known for tricking each other. Anyway, I really hope you like this new format we're doing for the battle reports. Please let us know, drop some comments down below. So if you see this battle report is only being 50 to a minute, if you see this battle report only be an hour long, or maybe a little bit further, please don't think it's been a whitewash over time. One, it's just the fact that we're trying to reduce down a lot of the chaff fire that is pretty damn boring to watch, and we want to try and make this fun, exciting, graphics to the galore, and make this the best battle report we can possibly get.
Okay, and here's my 2,000 points of Emperor's Hands. Back again using the old trusty Emperor's Hands. Like an old friend, we have been united, and I'm excited to use these today. Now, we've got a pretty simple army here. There's not too many bells and whistles. We have seen a little bit of resurgence in Iron Hands in the meta, so I thought today would be a cool opportunity to take out the Iron Hands again. In the HQ slots, we have got a captain with his sword and shield. Really cool, one of the new models. Love this guy. Nice and tanky with his invulnerable save. It's a nice 2-up save, so it's pretty cool. We then gone for a Tech Marine. I know this looks a little bit like Feros, but it's actually going to be a Tech Marine. He's going to be the Master Tech Marine though, which is cool because he's going to give those buffs to the vehicles, which is really, really useful in this army, just making them a little bit more effective. We've then got in troops choices, we have got 2 units of intercessors. They are going to have the Stalker bolt guns for that additional damage and AP, which I think is really, really useful. And then we have gone for 2 infiltrator units. The infiltrator unit is just really, really good at playing the game, taking the objectives, and kind of taking board space, which I think is important. We've then got a big fatty unit of 6 aggressors. These are still really, really good. They're not a bad unit at all. Put out an awful lot of DACA, and they can hit pretty hard in combat as well, so I still like what they can do. And then we have got 2 of the Redemptive Dreadnoughts. These are very, very back in favour since they got the buff to -1 damage, and the ability, obviously, because they're core, you can put the buffs on them, and they're pretty cool. And then we have got, in our fast attack, we've got a 5-man interceptor squad with the bolters. I like these guys. They're great at dropping in the back of the ball, just being a nuisance. They can do quite a lot of damage, so I really, really like them. They're a little bit expensive, but a really useful little unit. And then in the heavy slot, these guys are very much the forgotten members of the Imperium. They were once causing havoc, not so much anymore. You don't see them very often, but they still do pack a punch, and that might be really important today. So we have gone for 2 of the executioners. So these will hopefully do some serious damage, because they're going to need to against the forces of chaos today. So that's my 2,000 points. As I said, some upgrades in there. We'll go through the other little bits and pieces, wall of traits and stuff as we go through the game. But wish us luck today. The Emperor's hands are out to do the Imperium justice.
Welcome to my 2,000 points of 1,000 Suns with a little bit of magic. So I'm going to be going with a battalion and going to go with a auxiliary detachment, which we're going to be adding in Be'lakor, the first great demon prince of chaos. Never played with this guy. First chance, we're going to have him out onto the channel. Bit ashamed to say we've had him painted for ages, but not had an opportunity to see his gloriness onto the battlefield. So going in, so Be'lakor is the auxiliary detachment, battalion going in from a HQ. And we're going to take the main man himself, Araman, and then we're going to be taking a exalted sorcerer, and then to top it off, we've got John's favourite, Mr. Gimpy, my beautiful demon prince. He's going to be taking talons. I do like the talons. He's got wings, just help him get across the board quite well. Going for troops, so we're not going to have many demons in this battlefield, but what we do have is 3 squads of rubrics, 2 squads of 5, and then we're going to have 1 squad of 6. The squad of 6 and the Exalted and Araman are going to be into one of the Rhino. Squad of 5 and the Exalted are going to be in another Rhino. And then moving over to my heavy, we're going to be taking 2 Forge Fiends. Both are armed with the Destructor Cannons, and we've got the close combat heads, only because I should really put them in all with the cannons, but unfortunately I just didn't have the points, so we just got the close combat heads instead. And of course, this is probably going to be a first time in a long time I've had this fella out, but we're going to be taking the Defiler and seeing how well the Defiler performs on the battlefield. Hopefully he can cause a lot of damage. If not, it'll be interesting to see how he fares, but more importantly, it'll be interesting definitely to see how the Forge Fiends play, because I don't remember any times of actually having these boys on the battlefield. So quite an interesting 2,000 points of 1,000 Suns. I don't think I see many people running, especially down my club, running a list like this. Oh, and I nearly forgot, for the elites, I'm going to be taking 5 of the 1,000 Suns Terminators. So staff, and then the only upgrade I've given them is just going in with the Reaper Cannon. So 2,000 points of 1,000 Suns. Wish me luck. Hopefully I've got what it takes to take on the might of the Imperium. So let's go for that all-important roll to see who is going to be taking the turn 1, the big BC himself. It's free. I could beat this. I could beat this, and I have. having an elite army and having so few models on the board, being an orc player normally, it does make me think very carefully on where I deploy stuff. So what we've done, so Be'lakor can't really charge anything this turn, so he's just advanced at the board. Whopping great big 6, 18 inches on the move. That means he's quite up in some threat range. John is going to have to deal with him, because if he doesn't, Be'lakor is going to cause some absolute trouble for John going into the next phase. So that's really important that we deal with that quite quickly. So we're going to go into psychic powers, and what we're going to do first of all, we are going to be casting off onto this objective, where we're going to mutate the landscape. We're going to start turning this into a chaotic ball of death. War charge value of 4, and it goes off on a 5.
So I think I am going to use the Iron Hands special stratagem.
Yep.
That allows me to deny on a 4+.
Oh.
So we are looking for a 4+. Here we go. I only get a 2. So it does not work this time, but it's definitely worth a try.
The betraying of shades onto the interceptors. No, they're not interceptors. Aggressors.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I am not a marine player, but war charge value of 6. That does go off.
Okay.
So 6s are going to cause mortal wounds. Oh, I like that. So 4 mortal wounds.
Okay, it's 1 dead.
That's quite powerful, actually. We've only really got shooting wise. There's not much really to go with the shooting, because these advanced, they can't do nothing. Yeah. So only leaves the defiler. So I'm going to have a look what that can target, and then we'll mark it up and then go. Here we go. So we're going to start off with the las cannon first. So let's talk you through how the shooting's going to work. So las cannon, battle cannon, is going to be shooting up to our lovely little thing up here.
Executioner.
Yeah, see, I think that's the best one to go, because that's the one that's got the most amount of shots coming out, and I think that's going to be my most amount of threat at the moment. So let's go with the las cannon first of all. So 2 shots, both hit. Back in the olden days, that would have been 2 misses, 2 teary-eyed models. Yeah. Then needing 3s again, that's gone through. Mate, no. Typical Ace coming onto the channel, rolling his 6s. God damn you, sir. I just watched Ace, he was like that on the ones. So we're going to tell you a funny story.
Go on, you tell me a funny story, Darren.
Just like magic, a Leviathan appeared in my list and disappeared again. I don't have a Leviathan in there. Just as I was going through, I was like, oh, hold on a sec, John. We took that out because we wanted to make this a little bit more fluffy, and I put the defiler in instead. So this magical Leviathan here is not actually here.
I didn't kill it.
You didn't kill it.
No Leviathan.
It was a mirage. It was like a figment of your imagination. So do apologise if you saw that on and you go, hey, where did that come from?
That seems a cheap 2,000 points with Be'lakor in as well. Yeah, that's why, because there was no... but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all good.
But we caught it early.
It hasn't done anything. It makes no difference.
Yeah, so I do apologise. We were just admiring the model at the beginning, and it just...
It ended up in the list. Anyway.
Had to be on my list as well. So all we're going to do is the Demon Prince is going to charge into the guys there. I've just got to attach the building. So I'm in engagement range already, so I can't fail that. So I'm just going to go pop onto there. Yeah. And then the Defiler, he's in there as well. He's going to come munching around and go, hello, dude. Oh, that's messed me up because I was kind of hoping for the thing over there. Oh, dear. Never mind. Never mind. He's going to sit onto there. He can't hide, unfortunately. So it means he is going to get absolutely shot to bits next turn. But it means I get a moral victory and go for some munchiness.
Okay, cool. So we're looking for 2s.
Oh, look at that. Don't you go cold on me now, sunshine. And then needing 4s because of transhuman.
Because of transhuman. But that's okay. What -2, isn't it?
No, Talons is -1, but 2 damage.
Okay. So 4-ups. I think 2 go through there then.
2 go through, yeah.
2 damage each.
That's it. 2 Marines.
No,
nearly.
No. So here we go. So first one, 6s needed.
Oh no! Stop doing this to me, man.
Second one. Okay, so 1 dies.
Okay, so the Defiler is going to have 5 whopping great attacks. He has got a weapon skill of 3. Oh, come on, stop doing this to me.
I don't think the Marines are gonna die.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's better.
This will be higher minus, wouldn't it? Well, he actually doesn't have a thing, does he? Though?
-3.
Does he?
Yeah, because he has claws as standard.
He has claws standard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, they don't matter. It doesn't matter. He loses Scourge, but he still keeps claws. Yeah. So -3.
That's it.
Okay, so I need 6s here. Okay, 1. So what?
Woosa.
How much damage?
Woosa. D6.
D6. Okay, so well done. 2. Okay.
Don't you
so
dare.
Here we go.
Don't you dare. Thank God.
So another one does die. Okay, so end of movement for the Empress hands. So Darren's come at me quite aggressively.
As Darren always does.
I did pretty well to kind of come out of that pretty unscathed in the great scheme of things. I mean, he's put Be'lakor in my grill. There's not a lot I can do. I'm kind of a bit torn here because I kind of would love to see what Be'lakor actually does. But if he gets an opportunity to do it, then that will probably be the last I get to use these models as well.
So quick recap on the shooting so far. So the aggressors put all their shots in. They managed to pop off 3 wounds off to Be'lakor.
Yeah. These didn't do anything.
They absolutely fluffed.
Yeah. And then all of the small arms fire, including the onslaught and the heavy bolters, have all gone in, and they've done a little bit of chip work. We've got Be'lakor down to 12 wounds.
That's strong. That's strong. So big gun left to shoot now.
Yeah, so it doesn't get to shoot twice anymore. So it's 2 shots. It always hits. Well, it's +1 to hit normally. So it normally hits on 2s, but Be'lakor obviously makes it now hit on 3s.
Yeah, which is strong.
Which is strong. Okay. So they both hit. Now this would normally wound you on potentially on 2s. So we'll just double check it because it's normally really ridiculous strength, so let's check it.
Okay, so strength 12.
Yeah.
So it would have been 3s.
Yeah.
But now it's going down to 4s. So my own personal transhuman. So that is 1.
Yeah.
But we do save it.
Does make the save. Nice.
That's quite big. Right, we'll carry on firing some little chaff.
And
then we'll come back to the big ones. So all the chaff is fired
from the dreadnoughts.
From the dreadnoughts, and unfortunately, nothing was able to penetrate that thick hide that Be'lakor holds. So making Be'lakor a real beast at the moment, because he really has shrugged off pretty much most of the shooting from the army. So he's actually holding his own on this.
He is at the moment. That anything that's not serious firepower is pretty much wounding him on 6s. Which is really because the -1 to wound, it's really hard to hurt him. So now we're on the plasma accelerators from the 2 dreadnoughts. Going to do them both together. They've both done their small arms fire. But we thought we'd capture on camera the big guns because I know that they're unlikely to one of them to kill him. So we need both of them. So they are D6 each. So first one does 3 and the second one does 4. I'm doing these kind of separately because they have overcharge, so it's important that I do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So hitting on 3s, but now hitting on 4s because Be'lakor's -1 to hit. No 1s, so that's 2 hits. And then the next one, I do get a 1, so he takes a mortal wound, but the others hit. So now we are going to be looking, normally we'd be on 3s, but we're on 4s to wound. So 2 go through.
Here we go. So needing 4s. I'm going to CP one of those.
Okay.
Saved.
Okay. So 3 damage.
End the shooting. Not end the shooting, but end of chaff shooting.
Calm down, sir.
So going in for the big highlight itself, and this is the big Destructor Cannon.
Yeah.
Coming off the the big repulsor. It's not the repulsor, it's the...
It is a repulsor. It's a repulsor execution.
That's it.
Yeah. So, yes. So...
Can he clip Bellacor's wings?
Yeah, let's hope so. So he's only got 6 wounds left. I have managed to chip a lot of other wounds off him. There's only 6 left. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s. I'm going to use a CP to reroll this. Yeah, so for 2 hits.
Can you re-roll though?
There's a CP reroll.
Okay.
So I believe that's okay.
Yeah, we got it wrong. You can drop some comments.
Yeah, let us know. You know, you can't use like
you can't use the command. Yeah, those we know definitely can't.
But you think you can use command rerolls? If I'm wrong, I apologise.
So 4s.
So 4s now.
Come on. 1 goes through.
Just one.
Oh, but he saved it. He saved it.
So that means I'm going to have to kill him in combat. I'm going to have to kill him in combat. So yeah.
Unless you roll a double 1.
Yeah. But I'm gonna now go into charges. So first of all, my warlord is going to go charging in. Yeah,
he's in.
So he's going to be in, and then the aggressors, they're in as well.
Yeah, lovely.
So we are going to try and see whether we can cut the head off the serpent.
Okay, so Be'lakor going, soaking up a lot of the firepower from Ace's army. It's kind of helped the rest of the stuff pull forward. Was kind of hoping Be'lakor would be alive a little bit longer because that meant I could have had a little play with him. But I had to be aggressive. I had to take that risk and see whether or not I could pull it off. So he's kind of done what he wanted to do, but I wanted to see how he was in combat and how well that sword would have done. So let's go into Psychic. So we're going to go with the Demon Prince first of all. He's going to do the -1 to hit him, because it's quite a strong little psychic ability, which goes off. Then we're going to go with Terminators. They are going to do Smite, which will be then the visible unit will be those, which goes off for D3. For free. Okay, so
next up will be Araman.
So Araman, the Magic Man himself. So we're going to cast off. First of all, we're going to do the 4-up invuln onto him, which I believe does go off because he gets a thing. And then we're going to cast off Gaze of Hate onto the squad in front, which goes off 3d6.
4 pluses.
It is indeed, yeah. 2 more wounds.
6s. Of course I get 1 wound.
You should become an orc player.
I'm going to roll in them 6s.
You are a good roller on the 6s. So let's go for that almighty Celtic recap from the shooting. So Terminators over here, they managed to clear off a wound on here. These boys did manage to... they killed the guys in there. They killed the guys in the building, just about. Psychic, and then chaff-wise from the Havoc launcher, we lost, did cause a wound, but Ace, being Ace, saved it on a 6. Comes to the studio, plays with my dice, and gets all the 6s. So Las Cannon, Battle Cannon, and Melter Gun is going to be going into the into the repulsor at front.
Executioner,
So let's go with the big old. Let's do the Las Cannons first of all.
Okay.
So 2 shots. 2 hits.
Nice.
2 wounds.
Nice. So 6-up saves. Got them here, Darren. That's cool.
Thank God.
Both go through. So how much damage are we doing? So just the 4. So now we have the 6s.
I don't suppose you could even re-roll one of those. No, I don't think I want
to. Make 1. So
okay, so salty tears are coming to my eyes. Let's do the melter.
It fails to hit.
Is he within? No, he wouldn't get it anyway because he's not core. Battle cannon.
It fails to hit. Oh,
Two.
no, sorry, two hits. Two.
One. And he does get you.
He does win me, yes.
No, because you're T8, isn't you?
T8, yeah,
so
so
no
he
one.
does not. So you needed 4s.
So the shooting on the Defiler absolutely does. The las cannons do rock, but everything else absolutely sucks bottom. So we're then going to go with the big entropy cannons here.
Yeah.
So this one is going to go first, and he's going to shoot onto these guys here.
I will do
Transhuman Physiology for 2
please.
CP.
Thank you very much.
I'll put them on in a second.
That's
So
the only thing I'm spending points on at the moment.
so that is a nice
4 shots.
4 shots.
Yeah.
Freeze. 2.
Not a core, so can't.
It's not. I'm debating whether to spend a CP. I'm not. So
Okay, the two
freeze.
hits. 4s actually, because of transhuman.
4s. Yep.
No
so
hits, no
nothing.
wins, no.
So that was kind of shocking. So Demon Prince is going to go in. He's going to charge into this little fella here.
Yeah.
So he
makes
is
it.
in, and we're going to put him to there. The sorcerer now is going to charge onto this fella here.
Just into the guy. Make it.
Can't CP it.
Nope.
Oh, I'm going to remember that one. And then the Defiler is going to charge into the Y in front.
So I will now use my stratagem
Overwatch.
to Overwatch on 4s.
Oh, okay. How many CP is that, John?
That's only 1 CP, I believe. I will double check.
So after that, we kind of missed the big cannon on there, but he rolled a double 3. All the small chaff. Just managed to take off 2 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Yeah.
Do we get in on a 5?
No.
Oh, that's not good. I think that might not be in, John.
Might be. You might just get in.
I just need a 6-inch, but I don't think that's going to be. It's not enough.
No, you're outside an inch of that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's a shame. We needed that badly.
Just out, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a shame. So just the Demon Prince going into the captain. So I'm going to get some dice.
Yeah. So just for if you got it still. So for the sake of it, I'm going to crack his armor Indominus, which gives him a 3+ invulnerable save until the end of the turn.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Demon Prince, take him out. Take him out. So 2 fails, and then I don't think 2s will do it. So it's 3, isn't it? 3s, yes. So I need 3+ invulnerable saves, which I make them all.
Ooh, this could be teary-eyed for the Thousand Suns.
So we'll just do a quick swap over.
So the plate that I'm using for my armor gives me a 2-up save, but it also halves
My attacks.
John's attacks, which is massive. So only giving you
3 attacks.
3 attacks, which is pretty strong.
Yeah. 1 does fail because I'm -1 to hit.
Yep. Because the psychic power we kicked off earlier on.
Yeah, and then it will be 5s.
But that's 1.
I do get 1, so this will
4 up.
be -3. Fail.
Does go through.
So 2 damage.
I have to take that on the chin. And Demon Prince has attacked.
That's it, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So
So I've
is
got to
it...
take a leadership test,
Yes.
which I'm fine.
Which he loves, which I could have really done with you failing, actually. And that is... Yes, because hopefully it's going to be strong for yourself.
Okay, so end of movement for me. I kind of moved things around a little bit. The key things here for me are we've moved this unit up here as a bit of a sacrificial lamb. Unfortunately, they've moved up, but we're holding the objective because the key thing for me is, again, to make sure that Darren does not score more on primary than me. I'm objective secure. His Thousand Suns aren't on there yet, so I need to make sure that at least for the next turn, there's not a lot he can do about that. So other than that, my guys have come up to make sure they're in order of my captain. He's come out of combat. My 2 tanks have moved over this way, so we've got good lines of sight on his Demon Prince, on his Defiler, on the Sorcerer, who got very, very cocky and decided to come out there. So we've got some good lines of fire here, and hopefully if we can do quite a bit of damage here, that would be very much appreciated. And we'll sort of see how we get on. So I think it's going to be a tough one. I actually don't have very many troops left. And I decided not to bring in the interceptors because I have scored another rod point because I've made these guys do my retrieve Octavius data as well. So they will just be hanging out here like very much super sacrificial lambs, but scoring me some points. So what I need to do now is obviously get some more points for my oath by killing some stuff. And what I also need to do as well is try and just generally do some work, basically. Try and kill some stuff, I think. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right. So what we'll do now is we're going to go into shooting phase because I don't have any psychic. So we'll do a lot of the small arms fire again off camera, and then we'll come back for the juicy, exciting stuff.
Okay, so quick recap. The Dreadnoughts fired everything into the Demon Prince. The aggressor has fired everything into the Demon Prince, leaving them down to a mere 3 wounds. And there was some overcharging going on from the Dreadnoughts as well. But
he's done well. Demon Prince has tanked pretty much everything. He's been as tanky as, but he's like anything Benecor can do, I can do better. And he's proven to be a bit of a tank. So he's also taken all the small arms fire basically from one of the executioners as well.
And she's pretty much done well on that as well.
He's done really well on it, yeah, absolutely. So all we have now is the big gun. The big gun is going into the Defiler. Already we've also put some of the shooting into the Defiler. We've taken some more wounds off him.
So 2 wounds off him, yeah.
Yes, but we have the big gun to go. So the big gun,
2 shots.
and it hits on 2s because it always hits on 2s. Obviously you had the -1 with Bellicor, but we don't have that with the Defiler. So 2 hits, and then these will be 2s.
Strength for the gun, 12.
Strength 12. No,
so
strength 10. No, it's 3s. It's 3s.
So
I can never seem to get the. I might just use a CP. Yeah, I'm going to use a CP. Yeah, which I get it off. So you just get your demon save. Of course, you make 1
damage.
So lots of damage. Let's have a look.
Okay, so D3 plus 3 for 1.
4 damage.
So 4. So going into that recap, again, the Demon Prince managed to shug off anything that was fired upon him. However,
yeah.
He was not so lucky. Heavy bolter shot him to shreds.
2 heavy bolters ripped him apart. Yeah.
And then the Defiler is left with 1 wound left, with the big gun
still to go,
bearing down on him. Could this be what takes him out?
Here we go. So hitting on 2s.
Thank God.
And then wounding on 3s. Does wound. Just your demon save. 5 up to keep him alive.
Oh, sha la la, oh la la la. Yeah!
He does limp away on 1 wound. Very good, very good.
I'm loving that. Right.
Yeah, okay. So that's interesting.
That does make a big, big difference.
Well, it does change what I'm probably going to do now.
Okay.
So obviously what I wanted to do was I was going to put this guy here into the Prince and gamble it, but actually now
you're being a coward.
But now that was already a really tough call with him having 3 wounds and him halving my attack.
Oh damn it! I know what I should have activated. There's a strat I could have activated to give me 5 up, feel no pains. Oh, you silly sausage.
But what I am going to do now instead is I am going to charge the Defiler.
People are going to be like, going, why did you not do that? I'm sorry.
So I'm going to charge the Defiler.
Yep, let's go for it.
So here we go. So, yeah.
And I'm going to spend a CP to Overwatch because this may be his only opportunity to do the magic he needs to do.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see how many Havocs. Ooh, this could be it for 1.
Yeah.
Does wound. Oh, he loves it. 2 lasses. There's 1. Does get ya.
Does wound.
-3, so 6s.
Oh no.
Do not save this. Do not save this. Do not save. Thank God for that. Unless I roll 1.
Well, no, not really.
Yay!
5. So, dice, give me some dice.
Yeah.
Don't speak too soon.
He's dead, mate. He's dead. Accept it. Just by 1.
I might roll, so I'm going to re-roll 1.
You going to spend a CP? Yep.
Spend a CP. Because if I can survive, it's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Because I like rolling 6s,
Don't
Darren.
you dare.
I like rolling 6s, Darren. And I'm going to roll another one.
No, you said you're gonna roll 1. You said you're gonna roll. You said you're gonna roll 1, and the 1 it was indeed. You're within 3 inches. I could do a heroic intervention that could give me the opportunity for the Demon Prince to dive in, have a little pop shot at your character. You don't have the free up invulnerable save anymore.
I do not. It's just a 4.
How many saves has he got?
How many wounds has he got? 7 wounds. 7 wounds.
Don't know
4
whether it's
up in Von.
I don't know if I want to chuck the Demon Prince away, because now I could just go on the defensive and hide away and just keep holding the points. But that would be a boring report. The Demon Prince is just like itching to get in there.
He's angry.
He's like chomping at the bits, but I need to be very, very lucky to get all these off to get him, and I could do it. That's the thing. I could do it. I'm not, because that could be the final blow that could kill the Demon Prince. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold fire. I'm going to be really like reserve, and I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just take that points.
Okay, so it's now leaving it into Araman. So Araman is going to have a go at Doombolt first of all.
Yep.
Onto him.
Who's he demoting?
Onto him.
Can you see him?
I lined him up. So, poop. I was meant to.
I was going to say, I don't think you can see him. Mate.
It's going to have to be all into this guy.
Yeah, fine. I was going to say, unless you can see through walls, I can't see.
Do you know what it is? I thought in my head, I thought I'd lined him up so I could just.
The problem is, you moved him about 100 times, Araman, because you kept like adjusting where you wanted
back.
to put
Yeah,
him.
and that's the thing. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Schoolboy error on my side. The plan was to have it so I could just peek at him and then blast him out of the waters with my lovely psychic power. So instead, these guys are going to have to fulfill the full blast of what's going on. So I'm going to do the 4-up Invan onto him.
Yes.
Of course, it's a super smite now. I don't need that. Okay, so he's got the 4-up Invan.
Yeah.
We're going to go Doombolt. Goes off. 3 more wounds.
Have one more.
And then there we go.
Perfect. No, the 6s have dried up, so a guy and a half.
From the back?
No, the back is my guy, so yeah, take him.
Take him?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then one on this one?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
Lovely.
so then we're going to go with Smite.
Okay. It fails to go off here.
I'll CP this one.
Yeah. Still fails.
Still fails.
Yeah, cool.
He did.
He did.
And then this squad here, they're going to do Smite onto these guys. So that is 1, 2, 3. This would be +4 now.
So 8, yeah. No, more than that even.
It'd be 9.
It'd
be 9.
9.
6 does not go off, but it was worth a shot. So that's all the psychic. That's the big part of it. So let's go into shooting and let's see if we can kill some horrible Marines.
They're not horrible. We're righteous, stoic, lords of the Emperor. Anyway, so we'll do again some smallish fire, and then we'll come back and try and capture the main moments for you guys. Go.
So recap, this dude is just down to 1 wound. We just couldn't seem to get any more off him. But this squad here is just completely evaporated from bolt of fire, and it was the entropy cannons that actually finished it off. Nothing else is in range, don't really have anything else to go for. So what we're going to do is the Defiler left, Havoc Launcher into him, but everything else is going to go into this fella here to see whether... actually, I'm going to do it into the guy in front because I need to destroy 1 at least. And I think it's best bet if I can do that. Go into combat, I stand a good chance. So let's do the Havoc Launcher.
Okay.
For 5. This is Orc shooting now. We're in Orc territory. For 1.
Yep.
This could be it. This is it. This is the one. I can feel it, John. I can feel it in my water. This is it. Not like that. Okay, so we do the melter first of all.
Yeah.
Into the thing. Does not hit.
Yeah.
We do the las cannons.
Do not hit.
Battle cannon.
2
For 2,
shots.
that's not going to do it. But 1 goes in.
1 does hit.
Does not wound. So he was as good as hitting.
Not so well.
Yeah.
Just really not so well.
I still love the model.
Yeah.
It just hasn't performed.
That's all right.
Don't think he's actually
survived.
Everything he's fired, he's got through. It's like, hey, here's the 6. Here's the 6. Here's the 6.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something, but I'm not going to because it's
to.
very rude.
Okay.
So that leaves down to charges.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is these Terminators are going to charge into him.
Okay.
Needing the 6. Lovely. And these guys are going to, hello, my name is Fred. My name is Mr. Dust. And I'm Mr. Long John. I don't know what his name's
I'm just shaking my head behind the camera, Darren, and going, we've had a long day, but you really are losing it.
The Filer is going to have a go at charging into old Pete. Can't fail it, so I'm not even going to bother rolling for it.
I'm going to Overwatch you.
What a surprise!
So I did use a stratagem to Overwatch and Overwatch on 4s, but Darren did do incredibly well, and I didn't roll the best, but and the key one was the big cannon that did get through, but he rolled it on his invulnerable save of 5+. So he did take 1 wound, so he's got 1 wound left, but he does live to make his final
like
strike. Yeah.
This is my poor floss, but I can't floss. But this is it. This is terrible close combat now. This is like not what we want to do. But so 5 attacks, hitting on 5s.
Yes.
And then probably wounded you on 3s.
Yes.
Here we go. Look at that. Oh my God.
So
that is absolutely magical.
Insane.
Actually, it's strength 8, John, and it's ×2. So it'll actually be hitting you, wounding you on 2s.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
So they go through.
Yeah.
I'm going to CP that one.
And you already used the CP?
Not in combat.
You didn't use one, so okay, cool. Right, so all go through.
So
minus
5 go through. Now this is -3.
Okay.
This is magical.
How on earth did you absolutely fluked that with
I know.
absolute stardom. Right, let's see whether we can try.
He's doing what Bellacore couldn't.
And do something. Well, we saved 1. How much damage are these each?
D6.
D6. There's 4 dice for you. What can you do?
Big numbers, please.
It's nice.
So that is 11, 14.
Wow. Okay. So tell me some
You
dice.
got there now. You got.
I think I have 16 wounds, but
So that's 10, 14.
okay, cool. Let's see how many we can save.
None.
And there's 1 there, yeah. Cool. So that was 14, wasn't it? So I've taken 13 wounds. I'll just double check it. I think they have 16 wounds, but we'll double check it. They definitely have 14 wounds,
That's
so he's
magical.
definitely alive. But how on earth did you manage to jam that? You know, I think he's been a star for you. I know what you're talking about. He's an absolute. You were criticising him. I think he's a star. So we'll just work this out. Okay, so yeah, as I expected, yes, he does have 16 wounds. So he's down to 3 wounds left. So Darren couldn't kill him, but still, that's incredible.
Still, I just needed.
That was incredible.
I needed the shot to go off and managed to get through. To be fair, one of those should have been dead earlier.
Oh, it's just incredible. Incredible.
Hey, look, it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Main event.
Okay. Let's see whether I can tank. I only have 1 wound left. This would be an absolute miracle. Is there a +1 strength on the things, isn't there? I think it's +1 strength, isn't it?
It is, yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So let's box you in as best I can.
I would be very surprised. If I make it out of that, this is probably more of a miracle than your hits on thingy, what we say.
Yeah, that's it.
How many attacks each do you get?
So I need to check that out and we'll come right back on that.
Cool. Okay, so we've got some rolls to do here. We'll see how Darren can get on. Wish him luck, can he take the guy out?
Hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
Another miss in there next to... Oh no, that's my wound, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And then wounding you on 3s.
Yes.
That's good.
That's all of them. How many?
That is 9.
Well, okay. I don't like this very much, Darren. Here we go. Right. And this is -2, right?
This is -2 on this one, yeah.
Okay, so 4 ups. Okay, so I've failed already quite a few, but I need to make 4. Is it 2 damage each?
Yeah, it's 2 damage apiece, unfortunately.
What do you mean, unfortunately? Fortunately for you.
I know.
Right.
That's
We
enough
made
to
a good
kill him.
effort, but it is enough to kill him.
It was worth the shot. But the Terminators, knowing that the Dreadnoughts can't come out,
Yeah.
they're just going to like meh. They're not. They're just going to go, nah, you're all right. We don't want to fight you because you're just going to crush us like bugs.
I won't save you from my shooting, my friend. That will not save you from my shooting.
No, but if they've been as good as everything else, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to come charging into you just yet.
Okay.
Turn 3, end of movement. It's big.
Yeah, so it's difficult. It's good because it's actually quite a close game. I've got a little bit of a lead, but now Darren's got a little bit of advantage. He's now taken out some units. He's starting to be able to apply a bit more pressure, and he's starting to be in a better position from primary because he was aggressive earlier in the game. It's meant that he's got better ball presence than me, so it means I'm a little bit more up against it. I've still got probably more hard hitting stuff than him, but I still need to make it work. So I've got to deal with these guys in front. That's obviously a must. I'm not, one of the biggest problems is I'm not going to be able to interact with this objective, which means that for the first time Darren will score 10 points on his
15.
on his thing. Yeah, because you're going to score more than me. That's right. So you're going to score 15 points, which is huge because that would be a big swing of points. And there's not really a lot I can do about that because I cannot interact with these guys and I cannot get to this. So what I wanted to do was really shut Darren down, but I failed. I needed a 4-inch run and I only got 2 inches. So the guys, they can't shoot, but they're very much going to stay there because there's no point in them being out in the wind. And then we'll just have to attempt to try and do that again next turn. Luckily enough, we did manage to find a very small window of opportunity. I think we decided that Darren faffed around too much with Araman, which gave me a small opportunity to get these guys in. So these have jumped in. I would love to be shooting with them, but unfortunately that's not going to be an option. So we will rod. It will be my last opportunity to probably rod. So it gives me 8 points, which gives me a big old chunk of points on the secondary, which is important. Ultimately, points win prizes, and that's what we've got to do. So now it's basically going to be a case of I've got 1 wound left on this Defiler. I've got to kill the Defiler. I've got to clear sort of these guys. And then after that, it's just going to be a case of me applying a lot of pressure on Darren as he gets quite restricted with what he can do. And then we'll sort of see how we get on. I'm going to Machine Spirit my tank, so it will be on full profile. Yeah, we'll see if we can do some damage. So we'll do some small arms fire again, and then we'll come back for the big stuff.
Here we go. So going into small chaff. So all the Contemptors, all the Dreadnoughts have shot into the Terminators, leaving it just down to the 1 guy left onto 1 wound.
Yeah, we did kill this. I don't know whether we captured it on there, but we did take the final wound of the Defiler. He did blow up. And in the process of blowing up, he did 3 wounds from my tank, and I did not save them on my 6-up Iron Hands.
When you need it, it doesn't.
When I need it. He didn't blow up himself, and he also killed a guy and did a wound off another one.
And a wound on the Dread as well.
No, the Dreadnought then saved. So
because you got 5 up, feel no pain.
Yeah, so he didn't take any damage on them. So that was that. So it was pretty good for Darren because that Defiler was an absolute nightmare for me. And then after that, we basically put everything, and I mean everything, into the Terminators. They've done really well at shrugging off most things because they're on a 2-up 2-up save because most of the stuff is 1 damage.
Yeah, dust to dust rule is pretty darn good.
It's worked super strong for you. So we're basically now at just literally he's a sorcerer with 1 single wound, and he now has to hold up to the big cannon. And my big cannons have not been particularly effective, Darren, all day long. They've been pretty bad. So we'll see how they get on this time. So always hit on 2s. Of course. Can't afford to use my last reroll on it.
This is going to be a 1.
Thanks, Darren. I saw it.
I know.
So a 5-up.
No, I've got no CP left.
I've got no CP.
He got blasted out by the thing. So the Terminators to take all the rest of your shooting, I think.
That's good. Yeah,
good.
I mean, yeah, you can't complain about that. Yeah, they've done well. They've tanked a lot, haven't they?
So no combat this phase.
So no combat. I've got these guys obviously because they've jumped in, they've rodded, so they can't do anything else because they performed the action. That's the end of my shooting. I have nothing else left. I have a leadership test on these guys, which I cannot fail even on a 6.
Yeah, because your leadership 8.
Yeah, and I've only lost 1 guy.
Yeah, you just wanted to tease me there, didn't you?
Well, it's more the fact that it means that I have to. It means I get my point, no, my oath of moment.
You wouldn't need to fail it anyway.
That was true.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just teasing you, right?
You're just teasing me, man. There's my 6s. Have a look at my 6s and stick your 6s.
So, yes, that's my oath of moments again. So. Yes.
So this is going to be big for the Thousand Suns because that now means that going into the command phase of turn 4 for the Thousand Suns, it's going to give me 15 points because I hold 1, hold 2, and I hold more to John's units.
So we just need to do some tallying up basically here, guys. So we'll just work that out, I think.
So 2 points for Adore the Witch.
Yes.
Because you killed a non-character.
Yeah.
Oath of Moment.
Yeah, 2 points for that.
What'd you get for vehicle and
killed a unit?
Killed a unit, yeah. And obtain data.
And then so I got 2 there, and then obtain this data. So now I'm on 8 for that.
Yeah. So at the moment, before me putting my for the end of this round, you're ahead by 34 points. You're 34. I'm 23.
Okay.
So this is hopefully where we turn it back for the Thousand Suns.
Yeah, this is where Darren should have a big swing, big swing. Because I don't have a huge amount left. Neither do you, to be fair. But you've got much more ball presence than me, and for me to try and change that's going to be quite difficult. So
it's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah, totally agree. Right, let's do it, John. Okay, so ends of movement for the Thousand Suns. I had to really think about this because this is like, woo! So what we've got is the Demon Prince. I've kind of just pulled him back. I'm not going to try pulling him anywhere forward because there's no point because John is just going to punish me and I'm just going to give him a chance to get free attacks. He's going to get shot at, but if I can hold him off a little bit on that, that will help. The guys in front, they've advanced, they've run up because we're going to try and then cap that objective for the 5 points on that. Over here, these boys are pretty much just, the Defiler is just kind of, not Defiler, the Forge Fiend is just come a little bit, so if I do need to attack them, charge them, I can do, but I think I've got enough to do shooting wise. I can definitely lock them up so it puts them out of action for a turn, because that side, it's only really that quarter to get John these last Octavius data, and I think I can stop that from happening. So let's go into Psychic phase. So Psychic, we're going to go first of all onto these guys are going to cast off the ritual for the to mutilate the ground. So 4, I'm going to spend the CP to re-roll that. 5 needs to go off on a 3 first. 4. Actually, I would have gone off anyway, wouldn't it?
No, it's a 4 to start off with, isn't it? No, is it 3 to start off with?
3 to start off with.
You get +1 anyway, don't you? So it wouldn't even matter both ways. You didn't use your CP for it.
Yeah, let
we
me just.
definitely got it off on the first one.
Yeah.
So I will now use my final command point to deny it on a 4+.
Yep, this is it.
So here we go. No, I get a 1.
Whee, that's good.
That's not the luck I needed there. Might be absolutely crucial.
It might be. It might be.
Because is that 3 points?
I think it might be more now going into the second one. We'll double check it on that one. We'll double check.
Second one, isn't it?
So then we're going to go with Demon Prince is going to cast off Glimmer of Zinch on himself. And that does go off. So it's got the -1 to hit on him. I think Smite's out of the way. Out of range for him. It's only 18 inches. Yeah, it's well out. Okay. So that's the Demon Prince finished with.
Okay. So
Demon Prince finished with. So then over here.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is these boys are going to cast off Smite onto these guys because don't need to heal anything. Goes off.
Yep.
D3 for 2.
Nice. I've got 2 dice here. Perfect. Let's see what we can do. No, so 1 takes 2 wins.
Front or back?
Front, please.
Front, so leaving them down to 1.
Okay, yeah.
And then we're going to go with Araman himself. So I'm going to go with... Where do we want to go? We're going to cast off Smite onto these guys.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which goes off.
Yeah, it does.
D3 for 1.
Nice. Let's see whether we can manage to get it off. No, we don't. The 6s have dried up a little bit. 1 is done.
You've done really well on the 6s so far.
I can't complain. I think I've done all right with them. They've dried up in the second half of this game, though.
So we're going to do Doombolt then with Araman.
Yeah, go for it.
6, 7.
Yeah.
It says 3 mortal wounds, isn't it?
It is, yeah, yeah.
This could potentially be another one. Yep. Game from the front.
Ace, please.
And then we've got the last one, which was the Gaze of Hate. That does go off.
It does.
And that is...
3d6. 4 pluses.
3d6.
So 1 mortal wound. Makes a save.
He loves it. He's like, no, mate.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
Araman. I'd rather kindly like you not to do anything this turn if you would be so kindly and generous not to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend any CP to do any extra psychic spells, so there's no point. What just went off?
Yeah. Carry on, didn't we? It's not super noticeable on this, it's fine.
It's gone really dull on that side. Okay.
Just carry on, mate. I don't have time. I'm sorry.
So what we're going to go now into shooting.
Yep.
So entry cannon is going to go no longer into there because you've moved it.
Yeah.
So we'll just do it straight into the dreadnought up front.
Makes sense.
2d3. 4, 3.
Yeah, nice.
All hit.
All hit, yeah.
2.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
No, it's 1 wound because it's strength. 7.
Oh,
And
strength
you're
7, is it?
underneath
Okay,
force.
so just the 1. Okay, so and this
Minus
is
3.
Okay. So no goes through. It's 3 damage. It would be 2 damage because of -1 for dreadnought.
Which makes it very strong.
And then
1 damage.
1 damage. So just 1 damage.
A little bit amount at all. And then over here, he will now do that onto him. 2d3. That's better.
4.
3 hit.
2s.
1. -3.
So 6 ups.
Oh, I
that's
saw
6
it, but that's flat 3 damage.
Okay.
No, that's enough to do
to
it.
kill him. I don't have anything to stop. So yeah.
That's enough to do him on that. And then we've got, that's pretty much it, John. There's nothing else I can do to shoot to make any difference on that. So
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
quite a quick turn for us. There's no combat this turn, so going into turn 4 for Iron Hands.
Yep. Nice stuff. Right guys, hopefully you're enjoying this because it's super, super close. There is very few points in it at the moment, but as we've said for the last kind of turn, it's swung to a place where Darren now has a massive advantage going into the final ends, and it's his to lose now rather than mine to kind of lose. So I've got to pull every trick out of the bag to see whether I can try and get it back. So I've done the movement, I've kind of moved things. So basically this tank's come over here. He's going to go for obviously a last turn. If he can survive through what Darren throws at him, he jumps around here, kills all Darren's rubrics. You know, there's a chance. We go for bottom of turn and see if we get super lucky. It's unlikely, but you never know. These guys are obviously staying in the middle. This Dreadnought's moved up as far as he can. Basically, he's going to try and do some damage. This guy's going to try and do some damage as well. If we can try and kill those rubrics, get into that prince. We do some work there. We failed our run on the Marines that are in that far corner, which is unfortunate because that means they can't get onto there, which will give Darren an additional 5 points. So it'll give him his full 15. If I could get on there, I could pin him back to a 10, but I cannot do that. So he will get full 15. Nothing I can do about that. But what I can do is try and position myself for a very, very clutch final turn if I'm super lucky. But it's looking pretty slim, those chances, but we'll see. If I can get a 15 on the last and get a bit lucky with a few kind of swing things, small chance, very, very marginal, but we'll try and keep this quick and short and sharp. So we'll do quite a lot of the shooting now, but we'll try and capture again a few of the little key bits for you.
So quick recap, here we've shot everything into the rubrics, just leaving the one guy hiding behind, which would be the captain. And then over here John's firing everything into the Demon Prince apart from the frag launcher, which has gone into him and he has missed.
Yeah, done nothing.
So -1 to hit onto the Demon Prince.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So this is the underslung. Okay. And yes, it would just be the 1. So -1.
Saved.
Yeah, 2 up save, right?
Yeah, because the plates.
Yeah, cool.
Because that beautiful armour that just shimmers away.
It's been amazing for you. It's been absolutely amazing. That was a well worth upgrade. So now we're going to overcharge. How many shots?
For 2. 2 1s would be friggin' awesome right now.
I'd rather it not.
There's 1.
Yeah, that will save him. Okay, well that makes things a little bit more obvious then. Everything has to go into him that reaches him. Everything else will go into the Mauler Fiend. The Forge Fiend. We won't do any of the Forge Fiend stuff on camera.
Let's just do the Demon Prince and then we'll do...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, okay, so everything's still going to be... So we'll do with heavy bolters, and then the Gatlin's going to go into him, and the big gun will go into him, and then the frag launchers and the heavy stabbers will go into them. Cool. Okay, so let's just cut to the chase.
Let's do it.
So be 3s, because I was hit on 2s, but you make me -1. Both hit.
You love it.
You love to see it. 3s. Just the 1. I cannot believe every time.
And we saved it.
Yeah, you did. I haven't been able to get anything with that. So
you denied my double las cannon. You're like, nope. Yeah. There's a double 6. Take that and smoke that in your pipe.
Yeah, it has been a bit like that. Unfortunately. So 2.
Oh,
1 goes
a wound.
Through, just 1 damage. And then the heavy bolters. Nope, nothing. So that's everything on him. That's everything for him. So we'll just come back after this.
So the shooting wasn't as great as the Imperium would have hoped from the repulsor.
It did the best it could. It was, like literally Darren absolutely got super fortunate with his saves on the big guy, and I probably rolled a little bit under average on him, but he's got a great armor save, and and you know, you can't really ask much more than that. So
no,
yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, I think he did really well. Managed to kind of hold out, which was good to see for the old chaos. Yeah, so we've done everything we can. I mean, to be brutally honest, as much as it would have been lovely to kill the Demon Prince, not really that important in the great scheme of things. The next turn will be the important one. It would have been nice to kill a character, because obviously that helps with my oath, because it means I'm not going to get that oath point. It means I'll only get 1 point for oath this turn. So that's a bit unfortunate. But other than that, it was kind of expected. I'm just set up really for just the biggest last turn. So it'll just be interesting now to see how much damage Darren can do to really kind of stop me from scoring that. And then we'll just see whether we can kind of clench it. Either way, it's going to be a very, very close finish. So we'll see how Darren does on his last turn.
So I'm going to spend 2 CP to auto pass my lonely little dude there.
You don't even need to. They're always fearless, Darren.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Thank you very much, John.
Yeah, that's all right.
Turn 5 for the Thousand Suns. So last turn, we just worked out the points, and it's kind of like there's nothing John can do to pull this back.
No. So if everything goes absolutely perfect, and actually quite a lot of this stuff we look is quite feasible, to be fair. It's actually quite a lot of it's quite simple. But actually, if all that goes and nothing kind of goes a bit astray, then I will end up on 59. But Darren will definitely score 65. So he will win by 6 points, and there is no way that I can change that. And that will be the end of turn 5. So that will be a full game's points, guys. So a very well-earned victory and a very close-fought battle. So hopefully, guys, you really, really enjoyed this, because it's been a really tactical, close, hard-to-call game. Hopefully you really, really enjoyed it. So we will do a quick little recap, but hopefully you enjoyed this, guys, and it will be a win to the Thousand Suns. And we're back. So a quick recap for you guys, and hopefully, as I said in the at the end of the game, I hope you really, really enjoyed that, because that was a super fun game.
Yeah, that was so close.
So close.
Hopefully you appreciate this. Hopefully you enjoyed this part, like us reducing down some of the Chad fire, because you know the outcome that's going to be on it. There's no point really capturing on that, but capturing the main stuff. Yeah. Hopefully that's been enjoyable, and hopefully it's not too short.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Like, there's still quite a lot going on there, so fingers crossed that will still be a decent, fun battle report for you. I just thought, you know, what's really interesting when I kind of like, I think about it back, I just think how crucial Be'lakor was to your army, because I knew when I finished shooting and I just took it and I almost just killed him, and I knew that I hadn't touched your Defiler, I knew that I had problems there, because my plan was to bring down Be'lakor and at least severely cripple your Defiler. And ultimately, as much as that Defiler didn't do tons and tons of damage, he was just a constant nuisance. And he just stopped me.
He was like that guy, like he's like the Randy dog, jumping on the side of the road, like, hello.
He killed the repulsor because he got in there with a claw. You rolled all them 5s and 6s to take me down to 3 wounds, and then when he exploded, he then took the rest of him out. So he soloed.
Absolutely magical. I was just like,
oh, it was amazing. So he soloed that repulsor, so he easily got his points back. You could have paid for 2 Defilers for the points of the repulsor. So look, I think he did really well, and I think that and I knew it, because I kind of almost knew when I didn't take out Be'lakor quick enough that I was up against it. And what it did was it just gave you the ultimate ability to really control the tempo and to control the board for longer. So as much as I got a bit of an early lead, you had quite a lot of momentum, which really meant that I was very, very pinned, and I just couldn't quite get out and do enough damage. And the Prince, the
Glimmer was strong.
Yeah, and I know everybody just screaming. It's glamour, I know that, but we'll let Darren off.
Glimmer, like rippling in the water.
We know it's glamour, but it's fine. Just let him off. He's had a good game, guys, so let's let him off. So the glamour was amazing.
Glamour was brilliant.
But his armour, I think, was incredible.
It's a wicked artifact.
Well, I think the armour saved him against my captain.
Yeah.
100%. And then the
reducing
armour
down the
also,
damage.
Yeah.
2+ save is strong.
Oh, it's incredible.
That's so strong.
And then against my shooting, it definitely was crucial, I think. So yeah, I think he was an absolute all-star.
The only thing I'd like to have seen on this was to see if we could have got Be'lakor into combat and actually see what he would have been like in combat.
Cool. Cool.
It didn't happen. The magic wasn't quite right. No. The stars wasn't aligned. But
I think, potentially if you change the list slightly to have something where you put like you did all the rubrics kind of almost like shunted them first turn, like use the kind of the powers and the abilities to kind of almost put like loads of rubrics all shooting in my lines first turn, then maybe you'd taken some of the heat off.
So I think the only problem I would have had with that, if I'd have done that, if you decided then that actually
I kill the rubrics.
That changes the game.
Yeah.
Because then, like, as much as he can do damage, he can only really, and then that leaves the back end open. I couldn't afford. Yeah. And as much as I tried to screen off for Rod, for your final one, you still managed to find that one.
I didn't get the last one in. I couldn't get I couldn't get all four, but I got 8 points. I got quite a few points, so that was good. But I didn't think much of the Forge Fiends. I thought the Forge Fiends were a bit weak. They were okay.
Do you know what it is with those? I wanted to play with them. I wanted to give them a whirl.
Yeah.
Out of all the time I've had the Forge Fiends and all the time I've converted them up to have the ability to turn them into Forge Fiends, I've never used them. Yeah. So this is the first ever game in history of me owning Thousand Suns. I believe that I've used the Forge Fiends. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time I've ever used the Forge Fiends. Yeah. And in the past, it's always been forced to hit, and it's always been enough to go,
They're better than they've ever been, but I'm still not sure that they're super strong.
Yeah.
And I actually think, if you're going to run them, you do spend the points and you get the third exoplasma thing in his mouth, because there's no point having the combat. They're not that great in combat.
I've got to be completely honest with you. When I writ the list, I forgot about it, and I spent the points in everywhere else.
Yeah. I think that would have been better. I think that might have given you that little bit of extra kick on them that they needed.
Because I stuck the heads on. They're all magnetised, so I stuck the heads on for it, and I just completely forgot. But
anyway, we're gassing, and you've probably long gone. But again, we can't thank you enough for watching the Battle Report. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you stuck around this long, then please do make sure you let us know, because you're mega bosses. And until the next Battle Report, and I tell you what, we've got an exciting one coming up for you. You just wait. It's amazing.
We can't tell you anymore.
Can't tell you anymore.
Not yet.
We can't tell you anymore, but you're going to love it. Anyway, that's enough from us. I'm Aceface.
I'm Darren.
We'll see you soon. Bye for now.